we're back. Joining us is Darren Prince, the CEO of Prince Marketing Group and the author of the best-selling, incredible book, Aiming High.
Aiming High is about Darren's 23 years of addiction to opioids while working as an agent promoting some of the most iconic figures of our time. In fact, your client and dear friend, Magic Johnson, wrote the foreword to your book. So Darren, please share with us your story, and congratulations on having just celebrated 11 years of sobriety. That's
Congratulations.
An amazing story. Congratulations.
Thank you guys for having me.
Really appreciate you being here.
So tell us, how did your addiction start?
At 14 years old, I was in sleepaway camp. I had horrible stomach pains one night, and thinking nothing of it, I said to the counselor, I need to go to the infirmary, and she gave me this green liquid in a clear cough syrup cup, and I took it. At the same time, I was very insecure, never felt a part of, always felt like an outcast, was in these special education classes growing up, always felt different. The green liquid went down, it tasted disgusting, but within 5 minutes, all those insecurities and inadequacies went away like that. And I got back to the bunk, I was the cool guy, the talkative one, the funny one, the good-looking one. Everything I wanted to be that I couldn't be on my own. I went to the bunk next door, flirted with the girls. I'm 14 years old, it's something I never did before. And I went to bed that night thinking nothing of it, but the very next night, lying in that bunk with no stomach pains, I thought about that feeling. I said to the counselor, man, my stomach is killing me, we gotta go back. And I did this for 3 straight weeks until my mom and dad came up on visitation day and found out I was taking liquid Demerol. So that was the end of that.
And how did, what did your parents do? Did they
my mom
ground
obviously
you, or?
freaked out. She wanted to sue the camp at the time, but my dad just said, we'll let it go. And, thank God we caught it on time. But they didn't realize they didn't catch it on time, because a few months later I had my wisdom teeth removed at a dentist appointment. And 1 in 3 kids nowadays that get prescription opiates from a dentist appointment become opiate addicts. I was one of the
1 in 3?
I was one of the 3. That same feeling came right back. My mom gave me 2 pills, like Superman. I'm on the phone with my boys, different girlfriends, socializing, the feeling of, I'm
Euphoria.
perfect. This is exactly who I need to be all the time. And 3 days later, the pills were out. Did the same thing. I go downstairs, I put on the crocodile tears. I go, Mom, my tooth is killing me. We've got to go back to the dentist. And as a loving mother who wants to see their son suffer in pain,
of course,
she took me back. I did the same routine for the dentist. Wrote another prescription for 3-4 more days.
Oh my God! So how did you? When was the moment when you realized that something needed to be done and you needed to change? Otherwise, or worse.
And how did you get there?
Right.
Well, we really got to fast forward to that, because it took me quite some time. But I do keynote speaking. I talk about this, that there was a large part of my life where it did work. It did allow me to be a networking machine within my industry.
Right.
But what was once living to use turned out to using to live. And now I was in a place worse than hell and didn't want to live anymore. Now, from the outside, everybody thought I had it all, the big super agent life, whatever they want to call it, the stars, the red carpets, the private jets, but I was miserable. And the moment of change came on July 2nd, 2008. What I thought was my worst day in my life turned out to be my best. My uncle and his then girlfriend were in the 12-step fellowship for recover addicts and alcoholics, and she never met me before. She looked at me, I was bloated, heavy, white as a ghost, sweating. She asked if I was okay. I told her, I said, no, I'm not. I opened up, told her everything. She's like, I'm in recovery. If you want help, I can get this for you. And it was like one of those God moments. And she's like, do you realize that it doesn't matter if you're from Park Avenue or Park Bench or Yale or jail?
100%.
Disease will take you to your knees and does not discriminate. Wow. And she put me on a detox plan, and 48 hours later, I had the gift of desperation, as I'd like to say. I called them up, I said, I can't do this. I'm calling the doctors, I'm getting what I really want to get. And my uncle said, this is the goddamn disease talking. You got to get to a 12-step meeting, put your ego aside, put your hand up, tell these people you're sick, you're suffering. And I ran into the bathroom to take a non-narcotic anxiety pill to take the edge off, and 2 Vicodins fell out, which was one of the 3 opiates I was addicted to. Now, me and my then wife swore we cleaned out all the medicine cabinets.
Right.
And for a split second, it was like, what a gift from God, I got what I need. But then on this side, I felt this burning sensation. I fell to my knees, crying, shaking, trembling, calling out to God. I said, I can't do it anymore. I'm begging you for your help. Whatever you can do. I take the money, the notoriety, the business, I don't care. I need a single day of freedom. And it wasn't me, I flushed the pills. And 20 minutes later, I'm in a taxi, kept looking up at the sky saying, oh my God, for the first time in my life, I wanted to stay sober more than I wanted to get high. And that was the date it all changed. I walked into a church basement with 150 addicts and alcoholics that showed me this new way of life.
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about the book. We have about a
Incredible
minute or
story.
so. I really want to get into the book. Give us some highlights, some tips, really brief on the book, if you may.
It was in this very city, 2002 in February, NBA All-Star Weekend, that I got a call from Lonnie Ali, Muhammad's wife, that
right.
they wanted to see if Joe was willing to come to Muhammad's suite
God.
to have dinner. And,
Casual. It happens to me all the
Oh,
time
my
personally,
God.
but yeah.
But this was 6-7 years in the making. My
Wow.
dear friend
Yeah.
Harlan Werner was Muhammad's agent. He was unfortunately out of town in Vegas. I called him up. I said, "What do I do? What do I do? You're not here." He goes, "What do you do?"
Yeah,
He goes, "You go.
You do.
Don't worry.
You don't say no?
Just go."
Right.
And do. And so here is this tremendous opportunity that I knew, kings, queens, world leaders, whoever it is would have done anything to be in that room. But going back to those feelings I had at camp, because I never spoke up, because I never told anybody what I was going through, those deep-rooted insecurities were still inside of me. Now, these two kings loved and respected me more than I ever knew how to respect and love myself.
Wow.
But an hour before we went into Muhammad's suite, I was in my own hotel room, snorting on Percocets and Vicodins,
Oh, my God.
because I couldn't
Wow.
do it. I couldn't be me, and I couldn't be present. And
But you made it happen.
You know?
You made the meeting happen. I read it was a tremendous meeting. It was an experience of a lifetime, and wow, that's just amazing.
And now you're helping so many people with aiming high.
Well,
Where
you
can people get more information?
official DarrenPrince.com, my website, and also I'm a representative for Banning Treatment Center, and we look to help anybody, whether you've got the funding or not, and they can call me directly at 888-6-DARREN, which is DARREN. And the message is it's about redemption, because
Right.
I just told you guys about Ali and Frazier.
Right.
When they both passed away, I was right there at the memorial, their funeral, sober, spiritual,
That says
centered,
something.
in the moment, saw everybody that I grew up with all those years, and that's what it's about, that you can push the reset button on your life
Right.
and start a brand new beginning.
Darren, you're a true
Darren.
inspiration. Seriously,
Yes,
thank you so much
Thank
for being
you so much
here.
for being here. Appreciate it. All the best to you.
Yeah, we really
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
All right. Thanks to all of you at home for watching.
And remember, let's continue our conversation on social media. We look forward to hearing from you. Be sure to share with us topics and guests you would like to see on the show, and have a great weekend. Bye.
The preceding was sponsored by